Hello children. Okay, now we are going to start with our PT2 portion, our literature readers unit number 7, packing, which is written by Jeremy K. Jeremy. Okay, so packing, written by Jeremy K. Jeremy. Let us see before you read section. Do you like going on trips? What kind of trips do you enjoy most? Okay, I enjoy to go on trips, okay, and mostly with my family members on a family trip to a nearby place or a long drive with them. I enjoy such kind of things, okay. How do you feel about having to pack for a trip? I love packing. I love to pack whether we are going for a short trip or a long journey. It is always my duty to do the packing and I enjoy it. I don't know about you children, whether you people help your mom, your dad to do the packing or not, or whether you people enjoy it or not. I can guess from your part that you might not be helping your parents to do the packing for the trips because it is boring for you people. I know. Further, have you ever discovered on a trip that you have forgotten to pack a few things you very much need or that you can't find them easily? It happens with me most of the time. So I always, before packing, I pinch myself to it's a kind of a reminder for me to pack my toothbrush, because this is the most important thing which we need every time when we go for a trip, okay. And it doesn't get easily, or it is not easily available if the spot you have chosen there it is, if it is not available there, okay. So I always pack my toothbrush first and others also. So it is the most important thing for me, and once or twice I guess I have forgotten about it to pack. Further, does this make you angry or does it make you laugh at yourself? Okay, when I had forgotten to pack the toothbrush, and there when we went to the picnic spot the next day in the morning, when I opened the bag to get freshen up to take a bath, there I remember that I have not brought my toothbrush and others also. So instead of me getting angry on myself, all of them got angry on me. So no, it didn't make me laugh, but it made me angry. Okay, so now you have got the idea what is the lesson about. The lesson is about packing, which is the experience of the writer itself, Jeremy K. Jeremy. He is the speaker in the story. So now read this description of how the author and his friends pack. I said I would pack. I rather pride myself on my packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me myself sometimes how many such things there are. I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. They fell into the suggestion with a readiness that had something uncanny about it. George spread himself over the easy chair and Harris cocked his legs on the table. So now we have come to know, here are the three friends, author Jeremy and his two other friends, George and Harris. So these three friends are packing for a trip which they were supposed to go the next day. So here George and Harris, they are packing the bag for the trip, and of course author jumped into the scene and he took the pride on himself. Okay, took the pride on himself means he is proud of himself about packing, his art of packing. So what he said to his friends, okay, you people just leave that matter entirely to me, so I am there to do the packing. So once this is the matter of friends. So when one friend is offering help to you, what is your duty to do? You completely just shook the responsibility and you move from the scene and the friend is there. So the same thing happened over here. Jeremy offered the help, and other two obviously they okay, come and do. So Harris and George spread himself over the easy chair, and Harris cocked his leg on the table, and both of them very calmly observed how Jeremy was supposed to do the packing. So this was hardly what I intended. What I had meant, of course, was that I should boss the job and that Harris and George should potter about under my direction. I pushing them aside every now and then with, oh, you, here, let me do it. There you are. Simple enough. Really teaching them, as you might say. Okay, so here author was expecting that his offering of help means he would suggest, he would advise them how to do it, what to do, how to do, when to do, which thing to keep where. Okay, so he was supposed to tell them this, but when he offered his help, both of them thought that he will do the entire thing, so they got relaxed. So he didn't expect them to get relaxed. He expected them to do the things and he will be bossing them. So, oh, you do this, do that, okay, keep that thing over there, that thing over there, this thing over here. So he was expecting to do the bossing, but to his expectations, his friends, they got relaxed and they kept the 100% job, gave 100% job to Jeremy. They're taking it in the way they did irritated me. There is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I am working. So this thing irritates author very much when he alone is working and others are not at all working and they are simply watching him, observing him how he is doing the things. So this thing irritates him. I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. He would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together. He said it did him real good to look on at me messing about. Now I'm not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It is my energetic nature. I can't help it. So here author has shared with us one of his experience with a man with whom he was living with, that he used to, that man was used to loll on the sofa, he used to get spread on the sofa and he did nothing, and he observed the author doing the work. So that irritated the author very much. And so here again author is telling that when someone else is working and he cannot observe that man working like a slave, so it is his energetic nature to jump into the scene and offer him help by guiding him, not doing the things himself, okay, by guiding. So here he offered help to his friends, but they shook off their responsibilities and they moved from the scene and they gave the entire responsibility of packing to Jeremy. So however, I did not say anything but started the packing. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last. It was going at last, and I sat on it and strapped it. So finally he packed the bag, and he thought that it would be an easy job for him to do it, but it took a long time for him to pack the bag, and finally he did it. He sat on the bag. Usually we do so. He sat on the bag and he strapped it. Strapped means he closed it. He put on the zip of the bag. Okay. Aren't you going to put the boots in? Said Harris. So Harris, he was literally trying the author's patience. Why? Because Harris could have reminded him that he had forgotten to pack the boots before he had shut off the bag or before he had strapped the bag. So after he strapped the bag, he reminded, aren't you going to put the boots in? Okay. And I looked around and found I had forgotten them. That's just Harris. He couldn't have said a word until I had got the bag shut and strapped. of course. And George laughed, one of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. So, and George laughed on it. They do make me so wild. So these are the friends, okay. So I opened the bag and packed the boots in, and then just as I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. Had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. So this horrible thought came to his mind before he when he put the boots in the bag, and then before shutting the bag off, he remembered that he thought that he had not packed his toothbrush. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I am traveling and makes my life a misery. I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration and get out of bed and hunt for it. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it and have to unpack again to get it. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag. And then I repack and forget it. And I have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. So this is what happened with us. The important thing for us, which is whatever, everyone's important thing is different. So for author, it is toothbrush, and this is how he forgets to pack it. He pack it, he repack it, he forgets it, he brings it, and finally he keeps it in his pocket and he goes to the railway station. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course I could not find it. So to see whether he had really packed his toothbrush or not, he had to unpack the bag again, second time. So he had to turn out every mortal thing. Mortal thing means every ordinary thing which was there in the bag, and for him the immortal thing or the important thing was toothbrush. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they rummaged means search in a hurried or careless way. So he, in a careless way, he put out all the things out of the bag. So I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created and when chaos reigned. Of course, I found George's and Harris's 18 times over, but I couldn't find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once more. So where did he find his toothbrush? Inside the boot, which he had forgotten earlier to put it in the bag. So again he took out the brush, the boots, and he kept everything inside properly, okay, and he packed his bag. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. Now when he finished the bag packing, it was George's turn to irritate Jeremy this time. So he asked whether he had kept the soap in or not. I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it wasn't. I slammed the bag shut and strapped it and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and I had to reopen it. So he was not worried about whether he had packed the soap in the bag or not. But when he packed the bag, he remembered that he had kept his spectacles in the bag. So again he reopened the bag. It got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. at night, and then there remained the hampers to do. Okay, now finally at 10:05 p.m. the bag was finally packed and it was shut. Then they all remember about the hamper. Hamper was yet to pack. Okay, so hamper means a large basket of for carrying food. When you go for outing, trip, picnic, you need to carry some certain food items with you to eat, to enjoy over there. So that thing was yet to do, okay, yet to get packed. Okay, so they remember about that. Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time, and thought that he and George had better to do the rest, and I agreed and sat down and they had a go. So Harris said over here that they had to start for a picnic. In order to start for the picnic after the 12 hours, so 12 hours were there in between, okay, for for them to start for a picnic. So it was better for them to do the packing of the hampers. So both of them, Harris and George, they went to pack the hamper. And here author, the Jeremy, he sat down and he opened the bag to check his spectacles. Sorry, he just sat down over there and he just watched them. They began. Okay, so I am going to stop over here. I am in the flow, so I'm moving ahead. I'm going to stop over here. We are going to continue with the story tomorrow, or whenever our next English session is, homework session is. Okay, and till that time, please read till paragraph number 7 in your textbook. Underline the difficult words in the textbook and write them down in your notebook. Okay, in proper handwriting with date, lesson name and author's name, also with proper margins and lines. You people always forget to do it. Okay, so please do it and watch this video, understand the lesson and give me the thumbs up so that I can understand you people have watched the video. Okay, till then, bye.